Fuwa sad face.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Kamen Up Next. I'm your host, Giant Robot. Joined with me, as always, Jesse.
Yo.
And Nick.
Hey, everybody.
And today, we're going to be talking about, I want to say 2 episodes of Revice.
Yeah.
1 episode of Zenkaiger.
Yeah.
Maybe some Ultraman.
Maybe.
And almost 100% the Vulcan and Valkyrie V Cinema
Definitely.
special.
Yeah, it almost goes without saying, but we will go deep into spoiler territory.
There's going to be a lot of spoilers.
There's definitely not spoilers right behind your head or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't look behind me.
If you haven't seen Vulcan and Valkyrie, don't look behind me.
I didn't even realize what his background was until you brought it up.
Yeah, that's it. It's just someone walking down a hallway. Is what that is.
It could be anybody.
It's very ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the Zenkaiger, I guess, because it's only 1 episode.
Sure. Which
Random
episode?
milk.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, random milk.
It was like Milk World. What was it? Was it Milk World or something?
Dairy World.
Dairy World. Yeah.
The attack was random.
He looked like Bullfight World, except the horns.
Udders
the horns on his
arms.
the horns on his arms were udders, and they shot milk.
Milk.
And his attack was called Random Milk.
And like a race thing.
Yeah, it whited out. Stuff.
And it whited out stuff, including technology, and it whited out Sechan.
Sechan died for a bit.
Right. That was sad.
It was the first time I think we saw Kaito like actually like emote about losing like something. He wasn't like super upbeat and positive the whole time. He was actually like sad.
Oh yeah, and we saw Zox fighting Kaiser, and he's starting to figure out that Kaiser might be
he was
Kaito's dad.
Kaiser kind of acts similar to Kaito.
Isn't it hilarious how long it's taking the in-show characters to piece that together?
We realized right away. I mean, we have the context, but
the target audience for this show would have figured it out right away.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Doesn't take...
Like even the youngest demographic for Super Sentai probably was like, I think that's Kaito's dad.
Yeah, it's great.
Kaiser is still really awesome though. I still like his suit a lot, and his like V sword thing that he keeps on his back is super awesome.
Do you guys think it's actually well, no, it's not. It's a robot with his like brain in it, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Because he had to charge. He ran on a battery and he had to recharge. Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, it's like it's using his brain because Ichiru was like going through and the brain wasn't coming up with new ideas, so he needed the brain to be active so it would come up with new ideas. So that's like the biggest clue as to who it is.
The other notable thing that happened in that episode is the all robots combined.
Was that the first time we got with the gun? Oh right, so
that was so cool.
What was it? What's the name of the gun? It's like the Zenkai cannon or something.
Something cannon.
It turns into a big robot, and then it combines with the other Zenkaiger.
Yeah, the 5-way.
Kaito pilots it, and then it combines with the rest of the team, and it becomes a big robot. I called it.
Zenryoku Zenkai Cannon, yeah.
Yeah, Zenryoku Zenkai Cannon. That's what I thought. Yeah.
What was the robot called?
I
don't remember.
Zenryoku Zenkai O?
That sounds right, but
that would be my guess, just like based on naming schemes. Zenkai O or Dai Zenkai O or something like that.
It definitely was one of those.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, I called it. I called that the gun turned into a robot.
You called it before the episode started playing on the screen when we were watching it together.
I think I called it when Kaiser still had the gun.
You
Okay,
specifically said if if that gun doesn't turn into a robot, I'm
by
not
the way,
watching the show or something like that.
I looked it up and it is the Zenryoku Zenkaiō.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. You add O to anything, and it becomes a giant robot. So
It was really easy to look it up. I looked up Zenkaiju giant robot name. First thing.
it is massive, even compared
yeah.
to like Jiragaon and Vrumaginu.
It is a
If
giant
only-
robot.
If only it wasn't full CG all the time.
Yeah, I wish it was an
Yeah.
actual suit. But maybe it's too. Maybe it is actually just too big for that. You know
Could
what I
be.
mean? Because like it's one thing to have a human, and like maybe they just don't have like small enough model buildings to make it look. Because
What
then
if
you
they
also
just-
need like smaller people and smaller monster costumes.
Or hear me out. What if they hire Shaq to be in the suit?
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, you'd do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, yeah. It probably won't like. I'm assuming it'll just be like a couple times that they use it. They probably won't use it every time.
Probably. I mean, the kaiju or whatever is cool. And
Oh yeah, I like
So-
that better than Zenryoku Zenkaiō.
yeah,
Kaiju. Yeah, it's.
I love that.
It's really
It's
cool.
better. It's just better. Like overall, it's a cooler looking robot.
The way it says
Involves-
kaiju,
You guys are.
Oh. the way it says kaiju reminds me kind of Forza, the Switches. Even though I haven't seen the show, that's what I always think of.
Get on. Yeah,
It's like the same sort of vibe.
it gives you a lot of positive energy.
I get personally, I get Dynazenon vibes from the
I've
kaiju,
never seen
but
Dynazenon,
yeah,
but-
it's they are 5 parts of a robot that its strongest form is a like T-Rex looking thing.
Right, but does it sound when does it say kaiju in a voice? It's like
No,
robotic.
no. The voice isn't the part.
So that's what I was talking about. Just the.
I
the
know. I
voice.
was given a different perspective. That's for all my Dynazenon fans in the audience.
Yeah, I know one person who's watched Dynazenon.
Yeah, that's me, baby.
I know a second person who's watched it.
Who else has watched Dynazenon that you know?
My good friend Damien.
I have to talk.
Actually, yeah. So yesterday he asked me on
Uh-huh.
Discord. He said, he said, have you watched SSS Gridman yet? I said no, but my brother really likes it. And then today we were talking even in the call, and he was like, in 6 months I'll ask you again if you watch SSS Gridman yet. I said maybe I've seen it by then. He's like, yeah. Then I'll ask you if you watch SSS Dynazenon. Then I'm like, then I'll say yeah, no, but my brother really likes it.
I gotta talk to Damien about Dynazenon and Gridman. Holy shit,
Yeah, he has watched them.
that's good stuff. That's like Toku
Toku anime.
tangential, yeah. Well, I mean, especially Gridman because it was a Toku in the 90s.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else happened to that episode? Not much. It was a
Not
pretty
much, yeah.
straightforward episode. They got the big robot. That was like the big thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty sad to see Sechan
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
slowly lose, actually have complete memory wipe.
It
Yeah.
was sad, but we knew it was gonna be fixed. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that and Kaito being like, "Oh no, everything's over."
it's
you
again, just
know?
go beat up the fucking monster.
Yeah, Jiran coming and be like, "It's all right, dude. Like, we'll just go kick his ass."
Jiran
Right?
is seriously like his dad.
It's all right,
Jiran
little
is
man.
everybody's
Don't
dad.
worry about it.
I love him so much.
Let's go kick that robot's ass, sport.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go fight that robot, and then we'll get your friend back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a fun episode. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally not like a bad episode of Zenkaiger.
Yeah, it's a solid standard episode.
Yeah, that's it.
I will say it was kind of disturbing to watch the milk being sprayed on everything.
It
constantly.
was a little
little weird.
gross. It was. I didn't like it
Yeah.
personally, but
But
Yeah.
it was,
it was funny.
It was
good old
funny.
Zenkaiger episode.
Yeah, that's all it needed to be.
Yeah, Zenkaiger is literally the weirdest fucking shit
It's,
that we've watched for this podcast or pre-podcast.
It is the weirdest of the shows so far. It's also. I mean, it's weird in terms of like Super Sentai. So
Yeah, and it's just weird. It's like it's so silly
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, just always.
But,
It's like
never
almost
fails
never
to
serious.
satisfy though.
Mhm.
Never
no,
fails.
I've never been like annoyed. Like it was never like when we were watching 01 and all the job contest stuff, where that was like kind of a drag.
No, yeah,
We've never had any of that.
it does feel like 90% of Zenkaiger is filler, but also it's fun, so it doesn't.
It wasn't
matter.
like all of Saber. It was it's all fun. Zero filler, all not fun.
Yeah. It's the tonal opposite of it actually is the tonal opposite of Saber.
You know, you could have those types of like filler episodic moments in all kinds of different shows, and I find that sometimes it works out really well.
Oh yeah.
Like if I think back to, like, for example, Inuyasha back in the day, I don't actually care about the plot episodes. I actually like the,
yeah,
contained filler stories more than
filler isn't like inherently bad.
It's
just a
it's
lot
bad
of shows,
when the show is 500 episodes long.
It's bad when it's actually filler and the show drags on because you have 200 episodes of filler and no actual substance.
Sometimes having those contained stories where you get to see the characters interact
exactly
that they otherwise wouldn't interact in the plot of the show is sometimes very fun.
I like a good character interaction.
And Zenkaiger is all good filler
all
in that sense. It's all putting the characters in those situations and making them.
Zenkaiger is all about the characters. The story is second to the characters and how they interact with each other and everything going on around them.
And that's how you can get away with things like that.
Absolutely.
That's actually
it works.
Man.
It works 100%.
We're opening a whole can of worms with Saber here, and like if we want to parallel this with Saber, it's exactly the difference, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Saber had shitty character interactions and a story, and it relied on the story, but the story wasn't like.
The story was
good.
Passable. It was passable.
It was sufficient to have it had a plot, and it moved somewhat. Mostly during the season, it advanced.
See, it tried to do what Build did, where Build had fantastic story and fantastic characters, but it failed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Failed hard.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of
comparing it to Build,
yeah. Speaking of them being tonal opposites, Revice is kind of like a mix of the tones because it's like kind of serious, but also really goofy because of Vice.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's like a good mix.
I think Revice is kind of what to me feels like what Saber wanted to be, but it didn't know how to. Saber didn't know how to not take itself seriously, where Revice like knows when to like not take itself too seriously, which is good. Like especially in this week's episode,
Saber didn't have any vices or Georges.
It didn't have a George, that's for sure. What was last week's episode of Revice? I don't remember.
It started off right after they got attacked by Evil. So I think they fought Evil some more.
No, not this week. Last week.
Last week. Yeah, last week.
Yeah. Wasn't last week?
Because the end of the episode before, they got attacked from behind by Evil, and that was close of episode. And then it picked up on that fight, and we found out that Evil was
right, but what was like the meat of the episode? I don't remember. What was the story? Was that the one with the dude who he was at the company?
The lawyers.
Yeah. The lawyers, and then the judge that was in on it was the twist.
Yeah. Oh, that was
the lawyer was the one with the demon. You're thinking of the one before that.
Before that, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Where the kid with the streamer and his grandfather.
Yeah, the streamer kid. That was the episode before. Okay.
Yeah.
The lawyer. I remember. Right, and he tried to get the lawyer to. The lawyer was using his vice stamp demon to blackmail people or threaten people.
Yeah. To not show up to court.
Right.
They threaten the witnesses.
Yeah. And Iki was trying to get the evidence that the lawyer was a dead man's.
That episode was fine. Not much really happened.
What
we
what
got
stamp
confirmation.
did we get in that one?
He used Megalodon.
Yeah.
Oh,
For the
that's
first
right.
time.
He used Megalodon. We never
For
see him
like
get
a
it, but he
split
used
second.
it. Right.
Yeah.
He did like a bunch of flipping through powers in
Because
that one, right?
he had it in the crossover with Saber already, so I think that's why we never saw him get it.
Mhm.
So it's just like
Yeah.
kind of random.
It is. It's because I assumed that the crossover would happen like partway into the series. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's not a
I
big
guess.
deal. It doesn't fucking matter.
I feel like we're not supposed to care all that much about individual stamp forms for
I don't
Revy
think
with
so.
Vice, because it's just like builds cycling
Yeah.
through different full ball. Like,
Well,
it's a little different in the fact that like there's like the nostalgia of them looking like the older riders.
mhm.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess what you mean.
They don't they don't put a lot of importance into
But-
that part of it. It's just it's a new power.
It's kind of been like that in Reiwa so far, right? Like with 01, all his
The
early
different keys?
forms, all the
Yeah.
different keys, and then once he gets Shining Hopper, never uses
I think-
any of those again.
I think we're gonna get something similar to that. I think we're gonna
We might, yeah.
experience
It's
something like that,
possible.
where it's just
Like yeah, it's gonna be like a super Rex form or something, and that's what he's gonna use for a while.
Well, so I'm thinking in terms of like it's an anniversary, so I'm thinking about Zio.
It's an anniversary, but not an anniversary.
Well, it's the 50th anniversary.
But it's not the same as the other anniversary.
No,
series.
but I'm just like I don't know if just comparing it to 01 in that sense is apt, since it is an anniversary.
But I mean, Saber kind of did similar shit where he had different combinations of books, and then he got the big books and never used them again.
Did he get a lot of different combinations of books?
Not as much, but he had.
yeah. Well, we also don't have to speculate that much. I just think that these like stamp forms are just gonna be, the intermediate like powers that
Mm-hmm.
There might
you're
be
playing that chess match with your opponent where you got to find the right power to beat him, and then eventually we're gonna get a powered up form.
Well, there has to be, because already Evil's kicking his ass, and Demons, spoilers for the last episodes that we're gonna talk about later, kicked Evil's ass. So they're both way stronger than Revice so far, from what we've seen.
yeah.
It's hard to say. It's also like that first interaction. I think
He was
Iki
caught off
thrown
guard. Yeah.
they were both caught off guard.
And
They
then
weren't,
the
like-
second one, he was fighting like two people at the same
guess.
time.
Well, he is also two people, to be
Yeah,
fair,
but
you know.
Vice is kind of stupid. I don't. Vice kind of just counts as like half a person. He's like not. Vice isn't the same of like, it's not a 2v1. It's like a 1.5v1. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. I don't see Vice as like a second common rider. He's just like there and he helps.
He's a skateboard.
Yeah, he's literally a
skateboard.
skateboard. He's just a weapon.
Yeah, he's just there.
He's a tool.
So yeah, speaking of skateboard, this week's episode was really good. I thought
It was fun.
really good.
It was a
It's
lot
good
of fun.
one.
Yeah.
I adore Kamen Rider Demons. He's Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man. And he just looks sick.
It looks really cool. All the little details on his suit are exceptional. The eyes,
The multiple eyes are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Eyes all around the head.
that's
the
really,
web.
really cool.
The web motif he's got on his head and chest.
Yeah.
The way that it's
Fenge.
like angled there, even the back of the suit looks really cool.
It's really cool. It's my favorite
That's a cool suit.
of this show so far.
The transformation sequence is really cool too.
Yeah,
Like the
still
webs
want to
like
know what.
surrounding him and stuff. It's fun.
Decide
Still
up.
want to know what decide up means. Like I was saying when we were watching it, he does have another stamp that he didn't use. So I want to know what the heck the deal with that is.
Maybe it's just that he decided finally to go through with using a driver, because he was the one that was supposed to use the one that Iki has.
Oh,
right?
maybe. But either way, I still want to know what that other.
Yeah,
stamp
we'll
is, 'cause there was-
we'll find out what it is.
It was like a light blue one. I didn't see what was.
I didn't see him. You could probably go back and look, but
I'm gonna check right now.
I'm a little bit confused about Daiji and his demon Kaguru or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, what maybe I looked away for the portions where it was explained or what happened, but like Daiji didn't actually steal the stamps.
Yes.
So it seems
He was
well.
given stamps.
No, he did steal them, but
Stole
it
them.
seems like he kind of gets possessed by his demon and he's not in control.
But wasn't there a scene where George was like, "Hey, here, take this" or whatever?
That was okay. That was, but he stole other stamps. He stole like the Kong and whatever and gave them to
Yeah,
people.
he's the one that's. When we thought that the commander or whatever stole the stamps and gave them out, that was Daiji.
But George did give him the driver and the
George
bat
gave him
stamp.
the okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it does seem like the demon kind of like takes over him and
Yeah,
he's not in control.
he gets possessed by his demon.
So the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing that was theorized is actually kind of true.
I guess so.
Kind of, yeah.
His demon form kind of reminds me of Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Yes. Yes.
He also he dresses like that one picture of The Rock. Where he's got the black turtleneck with the chain and the fanny pack. It's like 1-to-1 exactly the same outfit.
I see more of the Spider-Man 3 thing, but
I mean, it's
maybe
both
we'll
like
have to do, like, a
personality wise,
triple
but
shot.
like his outfit. He's wearing a black turtleneck with a chain. It's the same as The Rock.
I got.
You talking about like the picture where he's like
Where he's standing,
19?
yeah, where it's like an old ass picture, yeah. But it was a meme for a while.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
Daiji is dressed like. Or
have a
Kagero
picture-
or whatever his name is.
A picture of the stamp. I can't really tell what it is. I feel like it's like grasshopper or something. That's the best I
It's
can
really
see on
hard
this.
to. It looks like a scorpion to me.
It's definitely an insect of some sort. Doesn't
fine.
look like we'll see it in the next episode based off the preview, but we might.
We might.
We're definitely seeing some sort of new form.
Or at least, Revi and
evil.
Evil.
And evil.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Still looking a little confusing saying evil instead of evil.
Evolt.
Do you want to talk about Jackal in the Exade form at all, or?
Oh, we didn't do that at all.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. So what happened is that was George showed them the form and then Vice was like, it's ugly. And then,
Which it was.
And then
It
Revi
really was.
Revi or George got like offended.
Super pissed,
Yeah, he got offended and didn't want to give them the stamp anymore.
as you could see.
Yeah, that's the exact scene. So eventually the head guy, Fukuda guy, forces George to give them the stamp, but before he does it, he makes some changes to it. And then when they transform, Vice becomes a skateboard. And
It's
then,
the Exade bun, by the way.
yeah, and
I don't think we mentioned that.
Revi looks like a little like Exade. He's got like the visor and a little bit of the hair.
Yeah, he looks a little weird though, to be honest.
It's like it doesn't. It's because Exade straight up doesn't fit design wise with any other Kamen Rider, so it's weird to like throw it on him in that way.
But we did mention when we were watching it that we like the kind of callback to Laser turning into a bike.
Yeah.
So it's like Vice turns into the skateboard.
It's fun. It's a cool little thing.
You could have made him turn into the bike though.
It
could have been like a BMX bike.
Well, that's what I meant when I said bike. Like to me, the BMX bike would have made more sense because of the sports game that Gem used that had like the BMX stuff. But I mean,
I like the skateboard.
They got a skateboarder to be in the suit instead of a BMX rider. It's not a big deal.
Kakariki Sports.
That's the one.
Yes.
I think that was the last thing. That was the last.
Yeah.
Eventful.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened in the episode.
I guess there's also everyone's starting to catch on that Daiji's the one that stole the stuff. And
George and I don't know I'm gonna keep calling him Fukuda until I learn his name. They know that it's Daiji.
George obviously knows a lot more than everyone else.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the plot of it at all? I mean, it was like the same thing we've had in other episodes. There's a dead man's has some sort of motivation to use the stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of kids going around parkouring, and the cops don't like it.
Yeah.
And then the dead man saves them from the cops every time, and then it turns out that it's one of the kids' dads.
Like, if you're watching this episode, you probably watched the episode and know the plot. Honestly,
Yeah.
the dead man's part was like the least interesting part of the episode.
yeah, It was all about demons for me.
Yeah, which is
Yeah, I can't wait
fine.
to see
Like,
more. I can't wait to get to the stage of this series where we get to see the characters interact more, because right now we're just getting introduced to new characters all
Yeah.
the time,
Mhm.
and
we're
so
still pretty early on, so
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
but we've got some pretty cool characters, and when they interact, I know it's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait for that.
if by episode 13 everybody starts hating Iki,
Oh,
then
yeah,
we'll know
all
if we
just-
like it or not.
if we've got like 10 episodes and everyone turning on Iki,
Everyone
yeah.
turning on Iki and
The whole-
nobody fighting, and the plot
The whole
just
Phoenix,
stands
yeah, there's
still.
an insider inside
Yeah.
of Phoenix.
Yeah.
There's
We-
and they're an evil organization. Yeah.
We still have time for the 13 riders to show up. Don't worry. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, we can still get there.
But so far, love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When the episode ended, we're like, damn, put on the next one. And
Yeah.
no,
It's like
Iki.
what? That was 20 minutes already.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
so the dreaded time has come.
We
We
have
must talk about
Vulcan
01
Valkyrie.
others. Yeah.
Vulcan and
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Oh man,
Look, first I'll say it was really good.
it was good.
It was good. The story is good.
It was mostly good.
It was very good. It was very good to see those two riders at their best, I think, that we've ever seen them
Yeah.
just as characters, having
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah, absolutely.
grown like through 40 some odd episodes that we've watched of 01.
45
seeing-
episodes of 01, one movie, one cinema special.
It's so clear after all that time and watching 01 how much those characters have grown, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them
Yeah.
are completely different people than when the show started.
They are.
Mhm.
It's almost like scary because it's been so long since we've watched. Well, it feels like so long since we've watched 01. So it hasn't actually
been-
been that long.
It's
but-
been 2 years since 01 premiered.
Yeah.
Like almost no, I guess like a month after, but yeah, it's been 2 years.
It's hard to talk. I mean, like, so story-wise, I mean, it picked up right from where
Yeah.
the previous one left off. All
Yeah.
the things we expected to happen
But
kind of happened.
All of Metsubojin Rai is gone. The common rider Metsubojin Rai is still around.
Oh, guy just emerging from the rubble.
That
of
was
the
funny.
entire building.
Yeah,
That was
he's
good.
like, I found my driver. It's my driver, no one else's. Fucking
That was
God.
all we saw of Guy.
yeah,
in
that's
that
all he
movie.
did in the movie.
Serves to act as the precursor to
Presidents.
Gem's the president.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
they
was
have to
good.
show that he's okay so that the
Yeah.
presidents make sense.
Yeah. I didn't really care for the subplot of the Soldos like
I did, honestly.
splitting up and taking. I don't know. I didn't,
I did care for it. It really allowed our characters to show their growth through
Yeah,
guess.
through
that's
what they
yeah, I agree. That it had those teaching moments for both Yaiba and Fuwa
that's true.
where they could solidify for themselves and for the audience of like where they are, what they believe in, what they're fighting for. All
What
that
are we
stuff.
fighting
What are we
for?
fighting for? Exactly.
Yeah, the moment with Fuwa talking to the one Soldo at like gunpoint was
that was like one of my
That was
Pretty
best
pretty
badass.
good, yeah. Oh,
one-
yeah,
one of my
just no
favorite
fear.
pieces of dialogue in any Kamen Rider has ever spoken, and this actually possibly tops the famous line by Grease, is when Fuwa's just like on his knees and the Soldo's dying, and he just says, "Man, you gotta find better role models that don't listen to me."
Right, that's after he gives him his speech, right? He goes and confronts the
Yeah.
other soldos.
Yeah,
And
the
they kick the
Soldo's
shit out of
basically
him.
They kick
giving
him,
up his
yeah.
life like he's like, I'm just fighting for what I believe in, like you told me to. And Fuwa's like, man, you need better
Yeah.
role models.
Yeah.
Oh
Good.
man,
That was very good.
that was just one of the best pieces of dialogue. Even
yeah.
Yaiba's speech to her Soldo
Yeah, I forget what
foil,
her number was.
I forgot too. Was it 20?
I think it was 20.
I think it was 20.
I think 20 and Fua's was 9.
But when
don't
she was
remember.
like, "Oh, we always did what the collective wanted," and then
Mm-hmm.
Yaiba was like, "That's a dangerous way to,
Yeah.
to think because the majority is not always right," and that's so true. You could parallel it with a lot of things, and that line and that speech from Yaiba was really powerful and really made me think, boy, I really like her character. She's got really good principles.
Oh yeah.
Just
She haven't got better post
Post guy.
series. Post guy.
yeah. Her
Absolutely.
principles are rock solid. She
Mm-hmm.
like knows what she's fighting for, what she believes in, and it really works out.
Yeah.
And then all that said, then we got disappointed by. We were so hyped up for Serval Tiger, the new form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll let you take the lead on
And I
talking
mean-
about that one, Jesse.
Sure, yeah. So what? Betsy Bojin shows up and she's like gonna fight, and she gets the key from Soldo 20. And it's like,
So
oh
we-
yeah, it's finally happening. And then she fights, gets her ass kicked for like 2 minutes, and that's
Yeah.
the whole time. That's all we
We-
see of it.
But
We find out that actually Metsubojin Rai's purpose is to just hunt down Yaiba relentlessly. Yeah, just always
what
going after
you
Valkyrie.
what she does do though is she does damage him. Them. That's when she damages the power core and he has to go repair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
it
she-
buys them some time.
She does something. She
I
damages
know,
him.
but like,
It feels like nothing, but she buys them the time that they need.
she damages it, gets almost killed in the process, is stuck in the hospital, and can't do anything for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame.
I mean, yeah, it's still lame, but she does something. Doesn't
Yeah.
just get beat.
like as a Kamen Rider, I feel like Yaiba's character is always just kind of nerfed a little bit. Always
Yeah.
just
She's not allowed. She's
purposefully-
not allowed to be strong and
yeah,
actually accomplish goals or anything.
like purposefully weaker than Fuwa all the time. Which
Yeah.
Well, Fuwa
Sucks.
is freakishly strong, though. To be fair,
yeah, that's true.
But like even Izu got like, to use 02.
yeah, but that was badass.
Yeah, Serval Tiger should have also been badass.
It looked
Yeah.
badass. It just
It did
didn't
look super
live
cool.
up to the hype.
It would have been very easy for them to have at least one fight, one moment where Serval Tiger comes out on top, decidedly. And then
She-
if you want to make Metsubojin Rai then, dig deep and
Yeah.
overtake.
Absolutely.
that
They could have made that
afterwards.
fight make sense with Yaiba like still technically
Or-
winning. Like they
It
could have
also
made
would've-
it made sense.
It also would have been cool to see Serval Tiger and Lone Wolf fight together,
Yeah.
but that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you mentioned that their purpose is to just destroy Yaiba, right? Valkyrie. I think we talked about this, but they're basically doing that to bait out Fuwa because of the deal, because of when Hirobi talked to Fuwa before they went and became Kamen Rider Metsubojin Rai. He was like, "What would you do if we threatened the world again?" He's like, "I'd scrap you."
But they also figure out that they're doing the same thing that Naruto did, where they're not trying to kill them. They're targeting their belts, so they can't transform anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because they destroy Fuwa's Shot Riser, and in that fight with Serval Tiger, they destroy Yaiba's Shot Riser as well.
Yeah.
And then they
it's
leave.
almost
They
like
could have
were-
killed Yaiba there, even with their damage, but they destroy her Shot Riser and leave.
Yeah, they were like, how far can we go to piss off Fuwa?
Yeah,
enough
well,
that-
that's it. That's it. They're trying to lure out
Yeah.
Fuwa, but they don't want to actually kill Valkyrie.
anybody.
Yeah,
Well, anybody.
yeah. That wasn't
And-
their goal. They didn't attack any Ames people except for Yaiba.
No, and the only people they killed were
the
all the Zaya
Soldos.
people.
Yeah, some soldos. Well, the
And-
soldos they killed were they like it was like the
I guess
soldos were defending the
she sacked herself.
sacrifice.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just Zaya,
Yeah, the people in the Zaya building.
Leon Arkland.
Yeah, Leon got killed
Yeah,
properly.
he's dead as shit.
I did like that we got to see a little bit of Aruto.
Yeah, it was good
In
that he
this
was
movie.
actually in the movie.
Just
That
a little bit.
Yeah.
made me very sad,
In
actually.
space through Zaya talking to Fuwa.
I mean, at least we got a little bit of Aruto though. You didn't get what we needed at the end there, but
Okay, we need to just rip this Band-Aid off and talk about it.
So
Can we do that? Zach, do it.
Fuwa gets a 01 driver. He gets permission. No, okay. He goes to Easy for help because he needs a driver to transform. He talks to Aruto, who gives him a pep talk. They have a nice bro moment. Super fun. They open up a company for Fuwa so that he can use the 01 driver. He goes to fight Metsubojin Rai after they repair themselves, which repairment complete, by the way.
Yes.
He uses the 01 driver. He transforms into
Lone Wolf.
Lone
Lone
Wolf.
Wolf.
It wasn't it called something else?
The form is Lone Wolf. The key was Dire Wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And he fights Metsubojin Rai, and they fight for a bit, and he ends up beating them, but in the process is very injured.
He fucking dies.
And then we don't know what happens. We see him pass out in Yaiba's arms. Then there's
With
like
blood,
a little
with
bit of
blood
dripping from
running
his
down
eyes.
his face from his eyes. He's blinded by it.
Says he can't see super well. Then we cut like to a time later, and then Yaiba's like talking to the shitty politician that's been ordering her to defeat Kamen Rider Metsubojin Rai, and then she talks up Metsubojin Rai, the good guys, and then they walk out of the courthouse, and then you see like the Metsubojin Rai people are all there, and then they leave, they walk out, and they walk down a hallway, and then they disappear into a flash of light, and then Yaiba and the two Solodos who are back alive again, walk down the hallway and don't disappear into a flash of light, and they just turn a corner. And then you're like watching the credits for a bit, and you're like, man, I hope Fuwa's okay. What happened to Fuwa? And then a foot steps into frame, and then another foot, and then you're like, oh shit, it's Fuwa. And then he walks into a flash of light and disappears. That's how it fucking ends.
Yeah, so he's dead. I mean, it's ambiguous, and people can decide how they
It sounds
want
like
to.
copium.
But he's dead.
It's copium. He's dead.
Yeah.
It's
Our
it's
fandom
so
is in denial about
it's
this.
so explicitly shown. He's walking into the light. Like, it's so explicitly shown. There's no debate. There's no up to interpretation.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, and I don't blame them because
We're
Fuwa's such a
pissed.
great character. You don't want him to be dead, but people have trouble dealing with it. They're like, no, I'm sure his consciousness was uploaded to Zaya because he was wearing the
No.
01 driver. And I was like, no, he's human, man. He's not a human gear. He's not gonna have his
dead.
consciousness
He's dead.
uploaded. Don't devalue the sacrifice. I mean, it's written. It's done. He vanished. Okay, we saw it happen. Disappeared. They didn't have to do that. They did it.
Yeah, they really didn't have to kill Fuwa off. Is like that's the part that gets me. They didn't have to. There was no reason. It like they didn't have to. They just decided Fuwa had to die.
Well, I mean, if you look at his last fight, and you look at all his fights leading up to that point, and all the time he was fighting for his own rage and his selfishness, and this last fight was him really fighting not for himself at all, fighting to save and release, the Metsubo Jinrai members that were suffering in that state, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't have to end with his. I understand. Like, I totally agree. It didn't have to end with his death. But the fight itself and everything was really meaningful. I would have liked to see Yaiba and Fuwa end up together happily ever after. Is how I would have liked it to end personally. But you don't always get what you want, right? So
they
sucks.
They didn't need to. That's all. They just didn't need to, and they did it.
It sucks, but his
our
last fight
hearts.
was meaningful. Did mean something. I would have liked to, at least, if they wanted to do this, which they did, see at least the rest of our cast grieve, remember him, mourn.
That's the worst. Yeah. I hate when you don't get to see the other characters.
It's
like
such a
deal with it.
It's such a lack of closure because like we don't get to mourn with the other characters. We have to do it on our own.
The last time we'll see Aruto's face is him smiling, being like, "Here, I got your back, buddy. Here's here's the new power up for you," with a smile on his face.
Yeah, Aruto fully just expected the fight to go well and everything was gonna be fine, and he was gonna come back to Earth and his buddy Fuwa was gonna be there.
And he's gonna come back. He's like, "What do you mean Fuwa's dead?"
What do you mean he died? He took 7 hits that he could have blocked or dodged?
Oh, he traded final attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he took damage before that he didn't need to take. He literally let them attack him like 2 or 3 times. That's my point.
It's very Fuwa-esque, though.
He didn't need to do it.
He's a lone wolf that played by his own rules.
He didn't need to die, and now we're all sad. There was a hard night.
I had to work afterwards.
We were so excited. We were like, is the sub out? Can we watch it? And we looked it up and we saw it. We're like, okay, we're dropping everything and watching this right now.
It ruined my life.
And then it ended and we're like, oh, fuck me.
It actually ruined my life.
I'm at a loss for words. I think it's one of the saddest things I've ever witnessed in the world of Kamen Rider.
Honestly, I'm happy that there's no more 0-1 content after this. Because if Fuwa died and then there had to be more content for me to watch, I'd be even more pissed.
That's true.
I can't go on without him.
There goes our main rider.
They killed off the main character of the show. The last piece of media involved in the show. How could they?
How can we change the tone of this podcast before we
can't? It
wrap
has to.
things up?
It has to end on a sour note like this. No,
it's the end of
a somber note.
Oh no!
If you liked Fuwa as much as we did, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please leave your favorite memories of Fuwa in the comments.
Fuwa. Yeah, what's your favorite Fuwa moment? Mine was the "you got to find better role models" line. That was mine.
My favorite Fuwa moment is when he says you hate to see it before he fights Yaiba.
Mine is either any time he laughs at Aruto's jokes when he went back to see his family and they were just as stupid as him, or the time when he henshined into punching the van to stop it.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, from the movie when he transforms and then gets grabbed by the mid-transformation jingle, gets grabbed by the plane and you don't hear the rest of it. Punching cup.
Yeah, that one was good too.
That one. Yep.
As you can see, we have a lot.
The man's been through a lot when you think about it. Got hit by a plane, got hit by Hirobi's Sting Dystopia and blew up that one time.
Almost died.
Yeah, he almost died so many times. Why did this one do it? That was
foreshadowing. He actually died this time. Fuck, we should have known.
No way. How much longer do we have on?
Do you like 10-ish minutes?
Oh, okay.
If you think Fuwa would survive Squid Game, click like down below.
So the thing is he totally would survive Squid Game. I don't even
easily.
care.
I think he would break the Dalgona, but that's he breaks things. So I like with whatever. I don't want to get into this though.
Yeah, but then he just beat the shit out of the guards, like all of them.
Can he henshin or not is the
He
question.
doesn't need to. He's Fuwa.
I think Fuwa is weak to guns.
Yeah, but he
Still.
would just beat the shit out of the guards and take their gun and then shoot everybody, and then he leaves unscathed.
True.
Fuwa
Fair.
wins. Yeah.
I was trying to make a stupid joke. We didn't have to go on a tangent about it.
We're trying to change the tone of the podcast before it ends. So.
I could defeat Fuwa in Squid Game.
You could?
Yeah, red light, green light. All I have to do is say one terrible joke while he's standing still, and then
Oh shit!
he'd slightly move. And
That is his one weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, his like fist would shake and his leg would pound, and then he'd be dead.
That's true.
It's still somber. There's nothing we can do. We just killed Fuwa again.
Yeah, we just killed him
We
again.
killed him again.
I think Squid Game was the wrong thing to bring up.
But
Yeah.
well, Squid Game is all what's popular now.
True.
So yeah.
Oh. So YouTube keeps trying to recommend that I buy Demon Slayer Mugen Train in both English dub and Japanese dub. And so the name in Japanese is Kimetsu no Yaiba. So we were trying to figure out what Yaiba means in Japanese. Turns out it means blade.
That's what Google Translate told me.
That's what Google Translate says. So her name means blade.
So does that mean that Demon Slayer itself, as a translation for the name of that,
is wrong?
Yeah,
is terribly wrong.
Apparently, the actual direct translation is blade of demon destroying.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense, honestly.
It's such a cool name.
They're Nichiren blades.
Yeah.
Right? They're okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But so I was thinking about it. So Yaiba means like blade. Apparently, a blade is a tool. Yaiba's whole arc in 01, the series, is not being a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect name for her.
Mm-hmm.
Symbolic. Then we looked up what Fuwa's name means.
So yeah, I looked this one up. Fuwa is fluffy, apparently, according to Google Translate, and Isamu, according to Google Translate, is brave. So he's fluffy brave.
Fluffy and brave.
Yeah.
It works. It's so good.
It works for the Fuwa. Yeah.
Because that's basically a wolf.
Fluffy wolf. Yeah.
That's basically what a wolf is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fluffy brave.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
And Hiden means secret.
Oh, hidden.
Yeah.
It just means secret.
It just means secret.
Mm-hmm.
It's secret intelligence.
Oh God.
But also, isn't it like Hiden secret material for metal or secret metal or something for Metal Cluster Hopper?
Yeah.
So it's like
secret material. Yeah.
All right, we got 9 minutes left on this B word.
All right, yeah, we can
can
call it. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to hit that like button. Leave a comment. Tell us about your favorite Fuwa moments, and subscribe if you like listening to us ramble about Tokusatsu. You can also watch us record these episodes live over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/giantrobot. I stream video games normally, and then we do the podcast every other Sunday. If you're watching live, you can go over to my YouTube channel, or our YouTube channel, A Giant Robot TV, where we have all of the previous episodes uploaded. So you can go and watch those and catch up and listen to us talk about 01 for 12 episodes.
Yeah. If you're also watching live, you can stick around, and after we're done here, we're probably going to play some Scriblio, where all the prompts are Tokusatsu characters that we personally know. And that was going to get on YouTube.
That's
as
also
well.
gonna go
We're
up
gonna
on
we're gonna
YouTube.
record that and put that on YouTube as well.
That should be fun.
Yeah, I think that's it for us. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye,
See
everybody.
ya.
Bye.